said. Those girls don't have my face either. And you like them too, don't you? I can't like someone just because they have a similar face to you, without even knowing whether they are male or female. It's hard to say, Ivica said. Those girls don't have my face either. And you like them too, don't you? Ahem. Perseus was slightly embarrassed. I don't care if you like them, Ivica said. Yes, anyway, you know that you will always be my favorite person. Perseus smiled. Snort. Perseus picked her up and sat her on the bed. Ivica didn't look at him. You don't care that I like girls, but you do care that I like Bai Yin. Perseus chuckled. Is it because you're worried that he'll replace you as my favorite person? Who you like the most is none of my business, Ivica said coldly. Baby, do you know how hurtful it is that you said that? Perseus pleaded pitifully. I really, really, really love you the most. Ivica frowned slightly, wrapped her arms around his neck, and kissed him on the cheek. Perseus's smile brightened again. Umph. Ivica rolled her eyes at him. So, what is your opinion of him? Perseus asked seriously. I was very confused when you told me that day. But seeing how determined you were, I didn't dare to ask too much, afraid that you would be unhappy. So much time has passed. Can you tell me now? I don't know either. Ivica paused for a moment, her eyes blank. That person gave me a feeling that was very familiar, so familiar that it frightened me, as if there really was another me in this world. It made me have a very absurd and terrifying thought. What are your thoughts? Ivica looked at him, her pupils trembling slightly. I'm wondering, could he be the real me? Perseus's expression remained unchanged, but his heart trembled violently, and his body felt as if it were being electrocuted. Ibiza was pale. He is me, the real Ibiza? If that's the case, then who am I? Whose life have I lived so far? All my experiences, all my thoughts, all my emotions. You're overthinking it. Perseus hugged her tightly, his voice resolute and firm, without any hesitation. So, seeing him terrifies me. I'm afraid he'll replace me, take everything away from me, and I'll become a nameless, wandering ghost, not even knowing who I am, all alone. You won't be all alone, Perseus said seriously. Ivica, look at me. Look closely at me. Ivica, who is she? Is she still me? Of course it's you. Perseus roared like thunder. Are you possessed? I'll show you what's what. Ivica belatedly looked up, and for the first time she had been so distraught and vulnerable that Perseus felt as if his heart was being torn apart. Perseus could no longer bear to yell at her. He hugged her tightly again, trying to convey his warmth and heartbeat to her. Ivica, you are Ivica. Don't scare yourself. In my heart, no one can ever replace you. Even if one day everyone doubts your identity, even if you doubt yourself, I will not waver. Besides, he chuckled softly, no one should doubt you, and you shouldn't doubt yourself. You've just been too stressed lately, becoming suspicious of someone who looks very much like you. But it's all right. This time I'll expose that guy's true colors for you. No matter who he is or whether he's even human, I won't let him play tricks anymore. What if, Ivica's voice trembled, you end up finding out that he is actually Ivica? Then I don't like Ivica, Perseus said. She stared at him blankly. The person I like is you. If you weren't Ivica, I wouldn't like Ivica. No matter who you are, I will like you. I like you the most. Perseus smiled. She fell silent, her eyes welling up with tears, her lips trembling. Shouldn't you say something at this point? Perseus asked with a smile. I thought you'd be very touched. Me too, me too. Perseus was invigorated and filled with excitement. So cliché. She suddenly turned stern, as if she had no regard for anyone. Ivica. Perseus was still not giving up. I don't want to say, Ivica said coldly. I know you won't let me off the hook no matter what I say. It's good that you know. Perseus smiled helplessly. There's just no way to deal with her. Chapter 188, A Clever Move Backfires. At the same time, Lovia found Helen. Helen sat in the Earl's garden, basking in the sunlight and lost in thought. My dear cousin, I'm so relieved. Helen looked at her before she even got close, her smile brighter than the sun. You finally started to take the initiative. You perverted witch with a voyeuristic fetish. Lovia said coldly. She's been so worried about your love life. What's wrong with letting me see her? Helen pouted. I haven't even settled the score with you for flirting with her boyfriend behind her back. Lovia's face stiffened. In this matter, she does seem to be in the wrong. However, since he seemed to enjoy it too, I'll forgive you, Helen said with a smile. Disgusting, Lovia exclaimed with disgust. She sat down opposite Helen. So what brings you to me? Helen asked with a smile. You don't mean you want me to join you, do you? No, too many people would be too much of a hindrance. It's so heartbreaking. Don't give me that. Lovia frowned. Luckily, I have important business to attend to and no time to play detective games with you guys. Otherwise, based on your heartless remarks just now, I wouldn't talk to you for at least 3 days, Helen said aloofly. What important business do you have? Lovia asked. Of course, it's to get closer to my husband's new girlfriend, Helen said. That's Carol. That country bumpkin girl? Lovia said indifferently. Besides her face, which is barely acceptable, she's utterly useless. That guy's taste in women is getting worse and worse. I can't believe he could bring himself to do that. Cousin, why are you being so harsh? Miss Carol may not come from a particularly distinguished background, but she's a very nice person, especially when it comes to her beauty. How can you say that her face is just passable? With a little makeup, she's no less beautiful than you or me, is she? Ah. Lovia sneered disdainfully. Are you now hostile towards all young and beautiful girls like her? Do you see them as imaginary enemies and doubt their ability to win His Highness the Crown Prince's heart? Are you kidding me? Lovia frowned. Do you think he'll be like your husband, a stallion who sleeps with every beautiful woman he sees? It's just human nature, Helen said seriously. His Highness the Crown Prince is a normal man. Although he may be more devoted, he also has girls he wants to sleep with, but unfortunately, he can only think about it in his heart. Lovia's face darkened. Sigh, let's not talk about this anymore. You get angry as soon as I do. Helen sighed, shaking her head. If you didn't come to me to ask me to join, what is it for? Do you know that adventurer named White Flame? Lovia asked. You want to find out his background for me, so you can use it to curry favor with His Highness the Crown Prince? I just wanted to avoid some detours, Lovia said. This investigation might not go smoothly, and it wouldn't be good if we returned empty-handed. So, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Helen raised her hands. I'm willing to pay a price. Lovia gritted her teeth. You want to pin me against the wall and kiss my cheek too? Helen's eyes narrowed, her gaze blatantly sweeping over Lovia's alluring curves. Cousin, isn't that inappropriate? We're sisters. That would be inappropriate. Shut up. Lovia interrupted coldly. Helen nodded obediently, but did not shut up. If you want to ask about others, that's fine, but this buy-in, well, you can't afford the price, so don't even think about cheating. Just do things honestly. Is there something strange about him? Lovia asked, puzzled. You'll know once you see his face, Helen chuckled. But let me warn you beforehand. No matter what kind of face you see, you must remain calm, or His Highness the Crown Prince will be displeased. Stop being so mysterious. Fine, don't tell me then. Lovia stood up unhappily. Don't rush off. Let's chat a little longer, Helen said with a smile, trying to persuade him to stay. I don't have time to waste on you. You'll have to waste it whether you want to or not, Helen said calmly. Didn't you want my husband to plead with His Highness the Crown Prince on your behalf? He doesn't have the time right now. What is he up to now? It's not a ghost. It's Ivisa, Helen said seriously, her gaze distant. Oh, she got beaten up. TSK, TSK, TSK. My husband is really something, trying to pull down a girl's skirt in broad daylight. He deserved to be beaten up, but Sister Ivisa said that tonight. Hiss. Looks like their relationship can take another step forward today. What's going on? He's so happy about this. Lovia listened with a furrowed brow, but by the end, her delicate, beautiful eyebrows relaxed. Are you serious? Why are you acting like a pervert, caring about that kind of thing? Helen asked with disdain. It's better than you peeping Tom. It's perfectly natural for a wife to spy on her husband. What's it to you? I'm too lazy to argue with you. Lovia scoffed, a smirk playing on her lips. Is she really going to fall for you? Barring any unforeseen circumstances, Helen said. I really misjudged her. Lovia sneered. She puts on such a pure and innocent act in front of others, but she's been sleeping around with men before even getting married. Like a cousin, watch your words. Don't let your cousin get dragged into this. Helen frowned. Actually, that's not important, Lovia said haughtily. The Empress of the Empire cannot be a woman who has already lost her virginity. Once she takes that step, she will have no chance at all. It seems I don't care at all. Say whatever you want. Lovia sneered. Anyway, I will never bother with her again, because there is absolutely no need for it. I have your man to thank for that. Thank him for his shamelessness and depravity. I will pass on your message, Helen said with a smile. Can I go and meet up with him? Lovia asked. Let's wait a little longer. Wait for what? They're kissing again, and it looks pretty scary. I doubt they'll stop anytime soon. Helen clicked her tongue in amazement. Lovia sat back down with a look of disgust, silently watching Helen's constantly changing expression. For some reason, she thought of Ivisa. She thought of all the impressions and shadows that woman had given her from childhood to adulthood. That ethereal and peerless figure was like a goddess descending from the heavens to earth. Even someone as noble and proud as her had to look up to her and feel inferior. Although she always regarded Ivisa as her enemy, because of Andre, Ivisa was actually the only person she truly admired. Because it couldn't compare to her in any way, that's why she harbored such deep resentment towards it. She hated Ibiza, not only because Andre liked Ibiza, but also because she knew that no matter what she did, she could never compare to Ibiza. She herself was unsure which of the two reasons was the primary cause. But disliking Ivisa doesn't mean she doesn't approve of her. She was a proud girl who sometimes couldn't even stand herself. But if fate destined her to lose to a girl, then she could only accept that the other girl was Ivisa. Although she couldn't accept it with a smile. She didn't blame Andre for being so infatuated with Ivisa, because she knew that if she were a man, she wouldn't have fared much better than Andre. Because that's how that woman was. Even if she had nothing and became a slave, she could only stand there casually. No matter how unwilling she was, she could only become a supporting character. Yet this very woman is now being pinned down by a man she considers lewd and despicable, taking whatever he wants from her, and soon she might even give him her all. This is also a considerable challenge to her mental state. Moreover, the man fawned over her like a lapdog, which added a strange feeling to her heart. She suddenly couldn't help but wonder, in that man's eyes, who was more attractive, and who was the woman he desired more. Is it Ivisa? Or is it her? She remembered the man saying that she was more attractive than Ivisa, but that obviously didn't count. Words can deceive, but bodily instincts cannot. But how can this be verified? You can't exactly let her walk right into that man's mouth, can you? Ridiculous. Although she wanted to be Ivisa once, she did not lose her mind. She knew she shouldn't even have such outrageous thoughts, but the more she tried to suppress them, the harder it became, and the more disgusting and indecent images would surface in her mind. Lovia was by that man. Damn it. Lovia's face turned icy. She slammed her hand on the table, ignored Helen, and strode away. Helen watched her figure disappear into the distance, and couldn't help but sigh. Poor cousin. Sure enough, that guy was right again. Your heart is already in turmoil. Despite saying that, she was very interested in how things would unfold and couldn't wait to see the breathtaking and exciting scene. I'm really looking forward to it. Perseus finally managed to stop demanding things from Miss Ivisa and, without batting an eye, found the long-waiting crown Prince Andre and explained that he needed an assistant. Miss Lovia. Andre frowned slightly. Your Highness, is there something amiss? Perseus asked. No, it's nothing. Since you say that, you must have your reasons. Andre's expression was not very pleasant. Then it's settled. I'll call her over now. Perseus smiled slightly, turned around, and left. Andre remained silent. Lovia was someone he had known since childhood, and he was always well aware of the Duchess's feelings for him. He simply had no feelings for her. I wouldn't say I like it, nor would I say I dislike it. I'm just a little annoyed by it. But the other person had never expressed their feelings to him, so of course he couldn't firmly reject them. His mindset has never changed, and it will never change in the future. He loves Ivisa, and only loves Ivisa. He had nothing to do with any other women. Perseus's request for Lovia to participate in the mission was, in Andre's view, certainly not, because Lovia truly had a compelling reason to participate. Perseus once said that Lovia was the one he loved. Although Andre was straightforward, he was not stupid. He guessed it. Lovia wanted to use this to get close to him, and then take advantage of Perseus's feelings for her. Perseus, that fool, actually took the bait. He considers exploiting other people's feelings to be despicable, base, and unforgivable. His disgust for Lovia skyrocketed. Chapter 189. The investigation begins. After searching around, Perseus actually found Lovia outside Ivisa's room, which was quite beyond his expectations. Lovia stood there upright, leaning against the wall but not against it. Her slender and full body stood proudly upright, and her head was always held high. Perseus was both impressed